Hello creepy people and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing the unboxing for the April 2021 Horror Pack unboxing. If you guys have no idea what Horror Pack is a horror movie subscription service where every single month you get 4 new DVD and or Blu-rays, and they are all horror movie genre related. You have no idea what you're gonna get. It is a great way to expand your horror movie collection. Sometimes you get really good movies that end up becoming your new favorites, and sometimes you get movies where you're like, what the actual fuck did I just watch? All around, it's a really good time. It's a really fun service. So if you guys are interested in checking out Horror Pack for yourself, I will put a link right at the top of the description box. Don't worry, it's not an affiliate link. I'm not making any money off of your clicks. It's just a link for you guys to easily access the site, check them out, and decide if it is something you want to sign up for. So it is a little bit late. I know, I'm running behind again. So we do have the April pack. The May pack will be coming soon. But before we get to unboxing the new movies for April, we have to go back and talk about the movies for March, because you guys, oof, just a big oof, okay? We have a lot to say. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's talk about the previous movies. Oh my god, it's a doozy. So the first one I want to talk about is this one. This is The Child of Satan. And I was actually really excited to watch this, but I told you guys in that video that sometimes movies like this can either be really good or just absolutely god awful. And this one, if I could give it -5 out of 5 stars, I would. This movie sucked. This is probably one of the worst movies I have ever seen, hands down. First off, this movie is absolutely infuriating because this movie, first of all, the opening scene of this movie is very weird. Like, this guy's in the clouds and there's like this topless woman. It starts off very weird. And then his wife has a baby, and literally the same night that she pops a baby out of her vagina, he leaves the hospital with her best friend and sleeps with her. So this movie is just all around infuriating because the husband is a literal piece of shit. Another really funny thing about this movie, like, you can tell whoever made this movie just doesn't have a whole lot of experience, because there were several parts in this movie where their mic packs were very visible. Like, you could see the microphone on them. It was very strange. The special effects were absolutely awful. The acting was just on a whole other level and not in a good way. It just wasn't really written well. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just not a good movie at all. Like, if you want to get a laugh, then watch this movie, because it's just so bad. It'll just make you laugh with how bad it is. Next one I want to talk about is The Critters Attack. Now, I gave this one 2.5 out of 5 stars. It really wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I have never seen any of the other Critter movies, so this was my first go with this kind of genre. And I do like the idea behind it, like, because I'm a huge fan of Gremlins, so, you know, I thought this would kind of be in the same realm. So I kind of have to like look back at my notes because it's been a while since I've watched these movies. So if you see me looking down, I'm literally just like looking at my notes because it's been almost 2 months since I've seen these movies. But basically, this movie starts off with a spaceship that crashes and a bunch of these little creatures are wreaking havoc on this town. They meet a nice creature that they named Bianca. There is like a creature that looks like this, but she kind of looks more like a Furby. Like, she's a cute creature. She's really cute, and I love her. Like, Bianca, like, bitch, work. And they basically, like, this babysitter and the kids, they basically kind of team up together, and them and Bianca kind of have to defeat these creatures that are wreaking havoc on the town, and they don't know how to defeat them. And they soon realize that high-pitched sounds are what kill the creature. So if they reach like a certain decibel in like a high-pitched sound, it basically like explodes the creatures. And it's basically up to Drea, the babysitter right here, and her brother and the 2 kids that she's babysitting to kind of stop them. It does have a very Gremlins vibe. I do prefer the Gremlins movie more. Basically how this whole like babysitting gig came up for Drea is trying to get into college, Leroy College, and her friend told her, oh, like the admissions board lady has a couple of kids. I'm sure if you babysit them, that'll kind of help you get into college. So that's kind of how she met these kids, and the whole babysitting gig happened, and they went on a walk, and then they found Bianca, and they were like, what the heck is this? And then they find all these other creatures, and they're like just destroying the town. It's a lot. I mean, it's not like a bad movie, honestly. Like, it does have a very Gremlins vibe, but it also gave me just kind of like angry Chuzzles. If you guys have ever played the Chuzzles game, it's Bianca creature. She's basically the queen of all of them, and she's on the human side because she doesn't like that these other creatures are destroying the town. But the one thing I will say is that the ending was absolutely terrible. Terrible. It had such an incomplete ending. Now, I don't know if there's like a sequel to this specific movie or not, but I just have so many unanswered questions. Did they end up defeating all of the creatures? Did Drea get into college? I don't know. I want to know if like this whole ordeal, if it paid off and Drea was able to go to college. Like, I just have so many unanswered questions. The next one I want to talk about is the Horror Pack Limited Edition, and this is the movie After Dark, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. This movie was honestly my favorite out of all 4 of the movies. It was so good. One of the characters' names is Bree. My name is Bree, so I was like, well, hey girl, yeah, Breeze. This group of, I don't know if they're like college kids, but they're like a group of young kids, and they're going to this place called Diamond Mountain where there have been previous murders and deaths there. This movie literally reminds me of the movie The Butcher. If you guys have never heard of that movie, it was a movie that was made quite a long time ago, kind of like when horror movies were at their best, in my opinion, but I absolutely love the movie The Butcher, and this one has a very, very similar vibe. I could not stop thinking about The Butcher while watching this movie. So this movie has a very, like, you know, basic storyline, but it was written really well. All the deaths were really cool, and acting was a little bit cheesy and kind of forced in some parts, but really that's kind of what you have to expect with some of the Horror Pack Limited Editions. What I mean by like a basic storyline is like, you know, this group of kids, they're going on vacation to Diamond Mountain. They get there, and one by one each of their friends start disappearing and dying off, and it's just kind of like this big mystery of like who did it, who done it, you know, kind of thing. But I actually enjoy movies like that because sometimes when they try to make things overly complicated, it kind of loses me. So I kind of like the more basic storyline. The ending was also really, really good as well. I would 100% watch this movie again. Out of all 4 of the movies that we got in March, this one was the best one. And then the last movie I want to talk about is this one. This one is called Killer Movie. And I was really excited to see this when I first, you know, got it out of the March pack, but I gave this one 1 out of 5 stars. This movie is the most boring, it is the most bland, it is the most confusing, it is just like, I had such a hard time finishing this. It was just so incredibly boring. It wasn't entertaining, it wasn't very good. Even though there were like a lot of, you know, mainstream actors and actresses in it, it just still was not very good at all. The whole premise is that this film crew flies to a small town to film kind of like this documentary / movie on like a hockey team, but the whole time behind the scenes, you know, people are dying, there's murders happening to the crew and people in the town, kind of making it, you know, a killer movie. It's really, really slow. I couldn't relate to any of the characters because usually every time I watch a movie, I try to pick a character that I can literally put myself in their shoes and I can kind of relate to. It's just something I do when I watch movies, and I couldn't relate to any of these characters at all. After the first 3 deaths, it really just got so incredibly boring. It just was like, you know, the same thing over and over and over again. You know, someone would go off by themselves and something would creep out of the shadows and kill them, and it's just like, oh my god, like, can we just get to the end of this movie, please? Like, I've never wanted a movie to end more. And the ending, when you kind of find out who the real killer is, it's someone you wouldn't expect, but at the same time it kind of makes sense. The ending for me was very reminiscent of the movie Scream. If you guys have ever seen the original Scream and the ending of that one, it it kind of has the similar vibe to that. But okay, those are all of the reviews for the March 2021 pack. Let's pray to the gods that the April one is a lot better. So let's get to unboxing it because I need some good movies in my life right now. So I'm just gonna open this baby up. All right, so as you can see, we have 4 new Blu-rays in here. I am very, very excited. I have literally had this package for so long now and I have not had a chance to open it until today. So let's get into it. So in the very middle here, hopefully the rest of them don't fall out. And the very first movie for the April 2021 horror pack is, ta-da! Oh, bitch. Yep, oh my god, this is sweet. So the first movie that we got is The Last Exorcism Part 2. I have seen both parts of this movie. I don't remember if we got the first part or not in a previous horror pack, but I actually really like these movies. The first one, in my opinion, is definitely better than the second part, but at the same time, I don't really remember the second part, so I'll definitely have to watch it. On the back it says, Nell Sweetser is back in the relative safety of civilization and sent to live in a group home where she's encouraged to leave her past behind and start a new life. Just as Nell settles in, she's tormented by the seductive demonic presence that once possessed her. She realizes that the evil force is back with unimaginably perfect plans, which could only mean that her last exorcism was just the beginning. So I'm very excited to see this again. It has been quite a while since I've seen the second part of this, but so far, you guys, I think we're off to a much better start. You guys know I love exorcism movies. The next one I'm going to take off of the very bottom, and the second one that we got is Resident Evil Degeneration. So here is what this one looks like right here. And just by looking at it, I can already tell that this is a movie that I'm not going to like, but my boyfriend will definitely like, so I'll probably watch this with him because he'll probably understand more of what's going on than me. For me personally, I don't really find these movies scary. On the back it says, a zombie attack brings chaos to Harvardville Airport. Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield, who fought the sinister Umbrella Corporation during the Raccoon City tragedy 7 years ago, are back. I'm already lost and confused. In a high-octane Resident Evil style, they're ready to battle a rogue warrior who is seeking revenge after his family was killed in Raccoon City. The deadly G virus is unleashed and a new mutated monster goes on the rampage. Will Claire and Leon be able to terminate the virus before history repeats itself? So definitely kind of has like a zombie movie type vibe to it. You know, we have some creepy zombies over here, which is kind of cool. All right, guys, we have 2 movies left. I'm going to take the one off of the very top. And the next one that we have is a movie from the director of My Bloody Valentine, and this one is called Trick. Okay, so this one sounds very interesting. It sounds like it has a very Halloween-y type vibe to it, which you guys know I live for. Here is what the cover of this movie looks like. So it just says Trick, and on the bottom it says always choose treat. And then here is what the back of this one. Let's go ahead and read what it says. It says, on Halloween night in 2015, Patrick Trick Weaver massacred his classmates at a costume party. What a dick. After being arrested, he managed to escape police custody, but not before being shot 5 times by Detective Mike Denver. Everyone believes Trick must be dead, but when a mass killer reappears the following Halloween and every Halloween after that, trying to steal Michael Myers' gig, are ya? I don't think so, Trick. Realize the nightmare is not over. With Trick wreaking havoc and killing people in increasingly terrifying ways, Denver will stop at nothing to finish what he started and bring the carnage to an end. It does have a very Halloween type vibe to it, a very Michael Myers type vibe to it. I am very excited to see this. I have a lot of hopes for this one because you guys know I love Halloween, so hopefully the deaths are good. This was made in 2019, so this is a relatively newer movie. All right, guys, we have 1 movie left, and that can only mean one thing, that this is going to be the Horror Pack Limited Edition, and this one is called, what the heck does that even say? So the Horror Pack limited edition for this month is called Muck. I think that's what this is, M-U-C-K. Very interesting. What the fuck? Even like what? Like interesting. We got some booty, we got some like creepy splice looking things, we got leopard bras. It looks like we got a bunch of stuff in here. So let's see what it says on the back so we can get a better idea. This throwback horror film just raised the hacked up bar. Horror legend Kane Hodder and Playboy Playmate of the Year 2012, Jacqueline Swedberg star in this scary, sexy indie shocker that joins a group of friends just as they emerge from the murky darkness of the marshes, tattered, bloody, and lucky to be alive. But they will soon find out that the lucky ones are already dead. Muck is packed with old school gore effects and brutal stunts without any CGI or apologies. I'm actually kind of excited to see this for a couple reasons, because it talks about how there's no CGI, it has a very throwback vibe to it, which I like. I really like old classic horror movies. Looks like this was made in 2014, so it is already an old movie, so I actually can't wait to see this. This sounds really, really good. Okay guys, and those are all of the movies that we got for the April 2021 Horror Pack unboxing. I think the two that I'm most excited to see are these two, the Horror Pack Limited Edition and The Last Exorcism Part 2. Very excited to see those. Of course, I will watch every single one of these movies. I will take my notes and I will report back to you guys next month and let you know what I think of these movies. Fingers crossed we have much better reviews than this time around, because the last 4 movies we got, what a doozy. What a fucking doozy. That is all that I have for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments which one of these movies you guys have seen. Let me know what you think I might think of these movies, like which ones am I gonna like, which ones am I not gonna like. Sound off in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this movie and you are a horror movie fanatic like myself, make sure you go down and give this video a huge thumbs up. Also, if you are new to my channel and this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button. I do upload every 3 to 4 days here, but as the rest of you, I love you guys so very much. Remember, stay creepy, and I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! Mwah.